Bonjour, my name is Tania and I'm a French teacher at TakeLessons. As a French student, you may have noticed that not all verbs follow the same patterns you used to, such as aller or avoir. Well, in this lesson, I'll share some of the most commonly used irregular French verbs and how to conjugate them in the present tense. So stay tuned and don't forget to click the link below to check out our free online French classes. We're going to conjugate a really common verb, aller. Aller, to go. Je vais. Je vais. Tu vas. Tu vas. Il, elle, on va. Il, elle, on va. Nous allons. Nous allons. Vous allez. Vous allez. Ils, elles, vont. Ils, elles, vont. So as you can see, this verb is really irregular because as from je all the way to they, ils, it's completely different. It doesn't have any similarities to the verb itself, aller. Avoir. Avoir, to have. J'ai. J'ai. Tu as. Tu as. Il, elle, on a. Il, elle, on a. Nous avons. Nous avons. Vous avez. Vous avez. Ils, elles ont. Ils, elles ont. Be careful not to forget the liaison between the S and the vowel. It's very important when the verbs start with the vowel to have this connection between the S and the vowel. Être, être, to be. Je suis, je suis. Tu es, tu es. Il, elle, on est. Il, elle, on est. Nous sommes, nous sommes. Vous êtes, vous êtes. Ils, elles sont. Ils, elles sont. Again, careful with vous êtes. It has a little liaison, a connection between the S and the vowel. The verb dire. Dire. To say. Je dis. Je dis. Tu dis. Tu dis. Ils, elles, on dit. Ils, elles, on dit. Nous disons. Nous disons. Vous dites. Vous dites. Ils, elles disent. Ils, elles disent. Be careful every time you see the ENT for the plural, it's never pronounced. You don't pronounce the ENT of the plural. Faire. Faire, to do or to make. Faire. Je fais. Je fais. Tu fais. Tu fais. Ils, elles, ont fait. Ils, elles, ont fait. Nous faisons. Nous faisons. Vous faites. Vous faites. Ils, elles font. Ils, elles font. Savoir. Savoir, to know. Je sais. Je sais. Tu sais. Tu sais. Ils, elles, on sait. Ils, elles, on sait. Nous savons. Nous savons. Vous savez. Vous savez. Ils, elles savent. Ils, elles savent. Voir. Voir. To see. Je vois. Je vois. Tu vois. Tu vois. Il, elle, on voit. Il, elle, on voit. Nous voyons. nous voyons, vous voyez, vous voyez, il, elle voit, il, elle voit. Vouloir, vouloir, to want, vouloir. Je veux, je veux, tu veux, tu veux, il, elle, on veut, il, elle, on veut, nous voulons, nous voulons, vous voulez, vous voulez, ils, elles veulent, ils, elles veulent. The verb prendre, prendre, to take. Je prends, je prends, tu prends, tu prends, il, elle, on prend, il, elle, on prend, nous prenons, nous prenons, vous prenez, vous prenez, ils, elles prennent, ils, elles prennent. You also have comprendre, to understand, that has the same ending verb. Comprendre has the ending prendre inside. You just add com in front and it's the same ending conjugation. Comprendre. In the verb apprendre, to learn, there is the verb prendre. So you're going to conjugate it in the same way as prendre. You're just going to add a P in front. Apprendre. Mettre, mettre, to put. Je mets, je mets, tu mets, tu mets, il, elle, on met, il, elle, on met, nous mettons, nous mettons, vous mettez, vous mettez, ils, elles mettent, ils, elles mettent. There is also other verbs that have the same ending. For example, promettre. Promettre, to promise, also has the verb mettre inside. So the ending conjugations is going to be the exact same way as the verb mettre. You just add pro in front to make it promettre. Another verb is admettre, admettre, to admit. For admettre, you just add a and d in front. Admettre. The verb venir, venir, to come. Je viens, je viens. Tu viens, tu viens. Il, elle, on vient. Il, elle, on vient. Nous venons, nous venons. Vous venez, vous venez. Ils, elles viennent. Ils, elles viennent. And the verb tenir, tenir, to hold. Je tiens, je tiens. Tu tiens, tu tiens. Il, elle, on tient. Il, elle, on tient. Nous tenons, nous tenons. Vous tenez, vous tenez. Ils, elles tiennent. Ils, elles tiennent. Venir and tenir have the same ending. If you look at them closely, the only difference is one start with the letter V and the other start with the letter T. But if you pay attention, they have the exact same conjugation. And they also have a lot of verbs with the similar ending. For example, devenir. Devenir, to become, you will conjugate it the same way, but add the E in front. You're making another verb, but it has the exact same conjugation and the exact same ending. Devenir as venir inside the verb. We also have a lot of regular verbs in French. The regular verbs are, for example, the verb that ends in er, and they always follow the same pattern. The ending for the verbs is I for je, is for tu, I for il, elle, on, ons for nous, easy for vous, and ent for il and elle, pluriel. Among those regular verbs, there's some exceptions. For example, the verbs that end in ger, like manger, manger, to eat, have a little exception in the conjugation. So let's look at that little exception. You have to add an extra E with nous. So let's go over the conjugation of this verb. Je mange, je mange. Tu manges, tu manges. Il, elle, on mange. Il, elle, on mange. Nous mangeons. Nous mangeons. Be careful here, you're adding the E, because if you don't add this E, you would pronounce it nous mangeons, which sounds wrong. So I-O-N-S. Nous mangeons. Vous mangez. Vous mangez. Il, elle mange. Il, elle mange. We also have other verbs with this exception of adding an E with nous. For example, bouger, bouger, to move. Changer, changer, to change. We also have the CER ending verbs that have a change with the nous form. We're going to have to put a CCD in the nous form to maintain a soft sound. Let's go over the verb lancer, lancer, to throw. Je lance, je lance. Tu lances, tu lances. Il, elle, on lance. Il, elle, on lance. Nous lançons. Nous lançons. So here we're putting that CCD in order to pronounce it lançons. Vous lancez. Vous lancez. Il, elle lance. Il, elle lance. Annoncer, to announce. And effacer, to erase. You also need to put a CCD in the nous form to maintain that soft sound. Verbs ending in YER, they have a little exception too, because the Y transformed to an I with the je, tu, il, and il plural form. Payer, to pay. Let's see how we conjugate that verb. Je paie. Je paie. Tu paies. Tu paies. Il, elle, on paie. Il, elle, on paie. Nous payons. Nous payons. Vous payez. Vous payez. Il, elle paie. Il, elle paie. As you can see, the je, tu, il, elle, on, and il, elle plural switch the Y with an I. The same rule goes for essayer, essayer, to try, envoyer, envoyer, to send. Do you have any tips to share for how to memorize irregular French verbs? Leave a comment and let us know. And if you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing to stay updated with more helpful French tutorials.